My name is Rochelle. I'm in the middle of trying to hit some big goals with a 12-week year, and it is time to check in for week 6. I'm using this Notion template that you can get from the link in the description if you like it. It's made a huge difference for me. Let's go ahead and start our week 6 check-in. So the first thing that the template does when you choose a weekly check-in is it reminds you to review your tactics for the past week. So we can see here that when it comes to my wrist rehab, I was averaging 69% this week. With my YouTube, I averaged 100% by hitting 200% in one and 0 in the other. And then for my workshop, my musical, I hit 175%, which I'm really excited about. The next thing, though, that the template has us do is look at some weekly review questions. What's going well? What isn't? Given that, what needs to change? Do I have obstacles I need to think of looking on to the next week? What is going well? I think I've actually checked off this goal, not as much as I can, but for everything that I said that I was going to do. So let's go ahead and dig into this first because I want to. So as you can see, I spent time on this every day this week. I was working through writing the score and also finally implementing the suggestions that I got at my workshop into the final thing and finished them today, got it formatted, got it sent off to a friend. This is really where I want to be focusing my attention moving forward is on melody notation, but we're going to add something here. Oh yes, I also this week finished the song, finished the melody. I haven't written them down, but I know what the chords will be. So yeah, I wanted to go here and talk about this, and we did it. We had a workshop. It's out for review. We're talking about next steps. I still have more I can do. I'm not going to just avoid this, but I did it. 6 weeks in, I did what I set out to accomplish, and I am thrilled that that is where I'm standing right now. So that is going well. We may as well go into what isn't going well by clicking over to this next goal for me. I tore my TFCC 2 years ago, started fixing it finally at the end of 2024. I was in a splint for 12 weeks, and I really, really miss yoga and gymnastics specifically. Those were my favorite exercises, and I want to get back to it and prove my occupational therapist wrong that I can. I was doing so well, but I think that I've pushed a little bit too hard. So I'm actually, this stepping back and only hitting 69% this week was intentional. I wanted to be sure that the changes that I made in moving to step 3 of my wrist rehab were smart, and I'm not entirely sure that they were. So I was taking today to rest. However, this yoga session right here was 45 minutes long, but it was a deep stretch, not a vinyasa. So I'm not counting it for hitting my goal, but it was a deep stretch that did involve putting weight on my hands, and I managed. So it's not going as well in terms of checking off boxes. And I'm a little concerned that I pushed too far, but I think a quick step back and then moving back into it, and I might be okay again. With YouTube, I didn't plan my videos this week. That is the main thing. But I actually have spent a lot of time on YouTube. This is going well in terms of lead measures. I finally have scripted and filmed my next video already. I just need to edit it and get it ready to go. I am really excited about this. My milestones, however, are, of course, legging. Something I'm really excited about that I might count toward hours spent here is that I should be talking to a friend who specializes in marketing soon to just try to figure out exactly how to make all the different potential income streams that I have with my poor little ADHD brain all over the place work for me. So that's where I'm at. That's what's going well and what I'm struggling with. One of the things I like to do occasionally is to come in here and look at check marks are not actually happening in any sort of regular pattern, but I'm still making progress. I think that really validates the way that my ADHD brain works. I don't need to do something at set times. I just need to make sure it happens. Coming in here, we talked about what's going well, what I'm accomplishing, my notable leg measure of sending my musical to a contact this week. We talked about my average completion rate and what isn't going as well with my wrist being a little bit of a step back right at the moment. One of the things I did change, and I'm not sure if I regret it yet, is I moved on to phase 3 of my wrist work, which is a lot more of like tabletop position, actually putting weight on my wrists and seeing what I can do in what the program that I had signed up for before I tore my TFCC and haven't been able to complete because of it. They call it prehab, preparing your wrists to be able to do fancy things like press handstands, which has been a goal of mine for like 10 years. I'm trying to do the prehab as rehab, and I don't have my full range of motion, but I'm hoping that doing it is helping. I usually feel a little bit off doing it and then afterward feel better. So we're keeping an eye on it. We'll see. But I'm feeling really optimistic in that respect. This week is going to be really weird. Last week ended up weird because my kids were home from school with snow days for 2 days, and it felt like the weekend before the weekend. It was weird. I'm going to have a similar thing happen this week because of the holidays on Monday and Tuesday, and I have a long distance competition for my daughter to drive there and back tomorrow. I'll be in the car for like 6 hours probably over the course of the day. But I think because it was such a productive week this week, it would be really, really useful for me to step back just a little bit and feel like I can just put things on cruise control as I wait to hear back about the musical, as I'm checking in on my wrist, as I wait to talk to somebody with marketing experience and how I can use that moving forward. I think I can pause for a minute, which is really exciting while still trying to hit my goals. This is not bad average completion rate, 103%. I mean, I'm staying above 85 the whole time. And this is when my week officially started, was here. And maybe I'm just making it too easy on myself, but they say that you're more likely to hit your goals with this. And with these two, it's feeling true. This one I have less control over, and I'll admit that. So, yeah, that's where I'm at. With half of the 12-week year gone, I could, in theory, be nearly done with 2 of my 3 goals, which is incredible. And I will see you on Thursday for a video about lessons in bias and writing unreliable narrators.